Okay, so finally got my new grill. Thanks for providing me with the new grill. This is by 55tech.com. So my old grill, my 2013 Mercedes C204, is this grill. This is the sport model. So it did originally come in chrome, this whole section. So I did a chrome delete as well as a star. It's getting old, worn out, so I decided to change it. I've actually been wanting to change this. Just very difficult to find the one that I wanted. So let's see what I got. Okay, so this is a new grill. It is just like the one single blade, just like the C63 model. It does come with the star glass pack star, but the star is all black. So that's what I actually been looking for. It was pretty difficult to find, but I'm glad I found it. So that's the original, and that's the new one. Okay, so what we would be needing for this job is a ratchet, including a 10mm socket and a trim removal tool. Okay, so we want to start off first is getting this out, and pops out just like that. Simple and easy. And next section would be to take out these screws. Definitely love this ratchet. It bends in all kind of ways. Purchased this one at O'Reilly Auto Parts store. Okay, so to remove this area, you do have to pop this out of place. But be very careful because it is a little clip here. And so you just pull back and lift up. As well as this area also has a little clip right underneath, which seats right under the frame. Okay, so there is another bolt there. As you can tell, this is a little bit different. So this is more secured, and it is being secured by that bolt. But also be very careful because when you lift this out of place, this does tend to come out also, and these are very easily unstable, so it does tend to come out. So you also want to lift it up from this end as well. So starting from this section, and you want to lift it up from this section also. There you go. And just be very careful. You can use a socket, but preferably if you don't want to lift this up too high to where that detaches and breaks apart. It isn't that expensive, so to replace that tubing, but it's just a hassle. So you want to just remove that using a 10mm ratchet, or I would say wrench. So what I did was apply a little bit of pressure to separate the grill and the front bumper from both sides, trying to do it evenly so you don't break any tabs, and then aim for the center. Okay, so we finally got it out. There is the old one. Now we're gonna put the new one in. Simple and easy, just basically slide this in to each section, to each tab open, and then we're gonna push the tabs in. So when you push them in, press them against each other with the grill against the front bumper, you will hear a little click. As you can see, it does not have the little centerpiece to provide stability, but it is actually stable. See, this is the centerpiece that this grill actually comes with. See how much more difference it is from here to here. And with this one, it is further away from the hole all the way to there. Now, if you want the centerpiece, you do have to get it from the dealership for the grill. Is it would be off of a C63 model, but if you're okay with the way it is, the results, then you're all fine. Okay, so we're gonna put everything back the way it was. Start with this side first. Okay, so before you put this all back together, remember the center bolt that we removed? Actually, I removed. Put it back in place just in case you might need it for future reference, so that way you don't have to be looking around or wondering where you actually place this bolt. So that bolt actually goes onto this area, which holds it in place. Okay, so like I said before, you want to start from this section first. So it just drops down and pop this back in place. And that's it. Same with this side. Start from this end first and pop this back in place. Do double check this physically for any misplacements. This is your air intake hose for your air filter. Okay, so everything seems to be in place. And with that little grommet, you can actually put it back in place too as well. But the only issue is it's loose. So of course with the previous one, it is a tight spot because this hole is a little bit smaller considerably compared to this one. If you do feel kind of, you know, awkward, or it looks like an eyesore that you definitely need this in place, you can actually put a little bit of sealant on here, to keep, a little rubber sealant, just to keep it there. Otherwise, if you don't mind the hole being there, just place it back into the old grill, and that way you don't lose it. Because you do put this in place, it will fall out. Okay, so for me, I put a little bit of a black gasket. It is very hard to see as it is dark at the moment. I put a little bit of black gasket on it, and what I'm going to do is place it back in place. I did put 2 drops on there, or whatever you call it exactly, so enough to keep it in place. So apply a little bit of pressure. So check to see if it moves a little bit. And if it doesn't as much, it'll set within the next morning. So you should be fine. It shouldn't fall out. But for me, I don't like it to look like it's out of place and something's missing there. That's why it all depends on you. It is your vehicle, but for me, I like to keep it all intact. So actually, you know what? I've been wondering whether I should paint this black or the same paint as the vehicle. Let me know whether I should or not, or keep it the way it is. It is the strut bar. It is different from everything else in the engine bay. It seems a little bit out of place, but let me know if you guys think I should paint it or just keep it the way it is. Alright, so there it is. Thank you to 55.tech for providing me with this front grille. It does look a little bit more different. At least it's newer in comparison to the old grille that I had. We'll see how it looks in the daytime. All right, guys.